What's up guys, Manny with WMC Motorsports here. I just want to update you guys on some of my personal builds that I got going on. Well, one specifically, and it's the black IS300. So originally I got this IS300 a couple years ago, and I got it to flip it, put another engine in it because I had rod knock, and to sell it, but I fell in love with the car, and since then I've parted out 4 IS300s, and I just recently picked up this last IS300. It's going to be my last and final one. So it's a blue 04 IS300 and it has an aristo swap. So if you guys don't know, the aristo swap is a 2jzgte VVTi. So it's a really cool motor, you know, it came twin turbo and it came already swapped in the blue IS300. So I found this guy on Facebook and he was selling the car. So he wanted $3,000 for an aristo swapped IS300, and I know it sounds really crazy. So I went there and the car didn't start. He told me it had a bent valve. If you guys know, these engines are non-interference, and what that means is the valves do not hit the pistons if the timing belt breaks. So how are you gonna have a bent valve on this engine? So I went there, and the first thing I did was I cranked the engine by hand to make sure that there was nothing, you know, obstructing the motor. It wasn't seized, nothing like that. And it has a crankshaft timing gear that actually uses these teeth for the crankshaft sensor. And basically, if any of those teeth are missing, the engine is not going to start. And I seen that there was multiple teeth missing on this gear. So I didn't tell the owner that was selling the car, and I immediately handed him the cash and bought the car. So I went home, got the car in my driveway, and I put the timing gear on. And the car is like, it started a couple times, but it still had a lot of wiring issues. I had fuel pump issues, and the guy had told me, oh, the car's a runner. Like, the car is a runner. It ran so good and things like that. But he was lying to me. The car never ran because it had a tweaked performance harness, and one of the main power wires that was giving power to the secondary ECU wasn't even connected. So by that alone, he was already lying to me. He didn't know what was going on with the car. The guy who had the car didn't know what he was doing. So this guy had lied to me, saying that this car was a runner, you know, it just had a bent valve, this and that. But we all know that wasn't true. He was just trying to sell the car. He was just making up all these type of things. After 100 hours of going through the car, going through all the wiring, it had fuel pump issues, it had ECU issues, some of the pins on the ECU weren't even connected. It has a tweaked performance harness, which means that it has a ECU that's wired in parallel. So what that means is it uses the aristo ECU, which was in the passenger seat, and it also uses the ECU that's in the IS300 box in the engine bay. And the reason for that is because the climate control and the cluster and all of that stuff inside the car uses this ECU to basically work the whole system, but it runs the engine off of the aristo ECU. The car had bad spark plugs that were super fouled. It had a bad TPS sensor. It had a stripped coolant temperature sensor. There were just so many things that were wrong with this car. It was leaking so much oil, but I wasn't really worried about the oil leaks because all I was trying to do was get the car started before I actually pulled everything, just to make sure that, you know, the motor was pretty healthy and things like that. So there was just so many issues going on with the car that I actually all got sorted out, and had ghetto intercooler piping. So guys, a little overview of everything we got going on here. Power steering. Ow! Just fucking stab me, motherfucker. Power steering pump line just ran all the way over here. Ghetto as fuck. This is supposed to be a fuel return that this idiot just fucking capped off. Idiot. What else? Janky ass intercooler piping. Look at this. Ew. Disgusting. Need to get that fixed. That's for sure getting all brand new intercooler piping. Yeah, so I sorted out all these things on the car, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the black IS300. So what I did was I got a stock 2jzgte, which is a naturally aspirated motor, and I put it in this blue car that I just got. So I put it in, fixed a bunch of stuff on that car, got it running good, it got up to pass smog, had like a leveling sensor light that was messed up, ABS light, check engine light. There was just a bunch of problems that the car had, like on the chassis itself, that I fixed. And then I sold the car. So I actually made what I spent on the car and a little more. So I basically got my dream swap for free. So it's pretty cool. I just want to share that with you guys. You know, I got a lot of plans for this car. It's ready to come out now. So now that I got the motor pulled out of the IS300, I have it on my engine stand, and we're gonna go ahead and disassemble it and see what's inside the motor. pressure wash this bad boy. Covered in the greaser. We just got back from cleaning. It's pretty clean. Mainly the pressure wash was just to knock off any fucking big ass chunks or grime and get most of the stuff off so that when I tear it down or whatever, it's easier to clean and it's not as big of a mess. So definitely looks cleaner, but I definitely have some scrubbing and some painting to do. So yeah, finally got that on. All right, so we finally got engine on the stand. Got the drip pan on. Hell yeah, it's time to take it apart. Have good shaft play, but look at this. That's no freaking good. See the front. The front looks pretty bent. You see that one in the corner? It's kind of bent. No fucking way. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Wanna know me? Let's go!
So I took the valve covers off and I'm inspecting the cams, right? A little bit of a nasty grease, sludge, probably just from not doing the oil change often enough. Lobes look pretty good though. No scoring, so that's a good sign. I do have to check the bearings, so I hope that's okay. It should be fine. But I was looking at the cams and I was like, huh, green paint. And I looked at the back. That should say right there. BC cams. Look at this. Oh my God. That is disgusting, dude. Oh my God. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking throw up. I'm gonna fucking puke. That is fucking disgusting. What the fuck? Bro. Oh my God. Yeah! Motherfucker. Man, who the fuck puts this much fucking silicone on this shit? Oh my God, look at this oil. Oh my God. That is fucking disgusting. So we found that the motor has Brian Crower stage 2 cams. So that's actually pretty sweet. I didn't expect it to have cams, but I have a little video that I'm gonna show right here of the cam chopping, and it sounds pretty good.
That's cam. Oh, that's how it is?
Yeah. So the bad news is the guy did not keep up with this oil changes. The engine had a bunch of sludge and it was just disgusting. The motor was filled with sludge and it needs a full rebuild. I decided to look at the cam bearings. The cam bearings weren't that good, and there's light scoring on the crankshaft, but there's nothing I can fit my fingernail in, so maybe it just needs a polish at the machine shop. I'm planning on taking the engine to ALC Machine Shop in Santa Rosa. That guy does a lot of 2JZ engines, and there's a lot of recommendations from my friends, so I'm to take it to him. Well, that's all I wanted to update you guys with today. If you do want to stay up to date, my YouTube channel is MannyMe. You can follow my personal Instagram, which is also mannime.jp. Or you can follow the business page, which is right here, WMC Motorsports. So peace out, stay tuned.